Today, I want to take a moment to show you how you can access great modules to assign within noredink. And so what you will do is you will go to your Clever account and you will find the icon for noredink. It's the pink box with the white N. And once you click on that, I want you to look at the top here where it says My Assignment, Student Data, Browse and Assign, Admin Tool. I want you to choose the third one that says Browse and Assign. And when we go to that assignment tab and we scroll down, we're going to see something new that says Modules. If we click on Modules, it brings up some really great things that you can do to assign your students and save the time of assigning individual assignments, but you can assign chunks of assignments. So the first thing you'll see on the left, you will see the different modules. You can look at parts of speech, capitalizations, sentence phrases and clauses. We've also got some work with parts of an essay if you were doing something in writing. So I can choose a module this way. I can also look over here in the middle at the different modules that are available. And I can also filter by grade level. So perhaps you're looking for a specific skill that's aligned to a Kansas standard. If I click on 5th grade, it's going to bring up all of the modules for 5th grade. Now, I'm going to turn off that filter and put all grades. And let's say that I'm working on adjectives versus adverbs. I can come over here and I can click right there in those on the words, and it's going to bring me up to everything that a student could accomplish within that module. Notice that we've got the teach section. We've got the practice. We've even got scaffolded practice, assess, and apply. So I can come up here and assign practice. I can assign as many or as few as I want. Notice that there's also an extension practice, and this has forming irregular verbs. And perhaps you want to assign just that assignment. You could assign here as well. But this is an easy way to assign all the assignments within a module. We'll come back here to apply and assess in just a moment. You'll notice they don't have arrows to the side, and I'll show you how that works in a moment. So notice I have 4 topics selected for my students. And I can click assign, and notice over here, I can choose to all of my students, or I can choose specific students. So I could assign this module that I just did to, I could assign them to all 14 students, 7 students, 3 students, etc. Great way to individualize for your students. So we're going to assume I want to assign it to all my students. The due date, we can come over here and assign a due date. So let's say it's Monday and you're giving students 2 weeks, or you start today. Let's say we want that due on the 22nd. And I can put a due date time. I'm good with 3 o'clock. Points for the assignment. And yes, we always want to allow for late assignments because we would rather students complete the practice late rather than not complete the practice at all. And I can hit assign. Oops, I forgot to put a topic name. So I might say adjectives and adverbs module. And now I can click assign. I can also come over here. You'll see the same module, and it's going to show what I have assigned. Now, let's go back to the place where we did not see highlighting. So we see assess and apply. I can come right over here, and remember, if I have that little eye right here, I can preview the quiz. So I could preview and determine, do I want to do the whole quiz, part of the quiz, etc. And what I love here, you're going to see a quick write and then a quiz. A quiz is going to be exactly what we think of with a quiz, multiple choice questions to complete, and so on. But I want to show you this quick write. This is a great way to take that grammar skill and apply it in writing. So right here, we have where it says prompt. It says, with a mighty swing, Judge cracks the ball into the outfield. I've never seen anyone sprint so quickly around the bases. Notice we have mighty and quickly bolded because those are our adjectives and adverbs in this sentence. Now it says, try it out, write 4 sentences of commentary announcing an event. It could be your favorite sport or another interest. Use at least 2 adjectives and 2 adverbs. Bold your adjectives and adverbs, just like we did here. So what I love about this is it gives students a way to practice the skill and embedding it within writing. So I love that connection. And notice that I can change, I could put a source here if I wanted them to reference something in particular. So I could add a Newsella article, a page from ReadyGen, etc., to have them use that as a source for their writing. Minimum length. Notice I can put no minimum. I can change these. We're probably not going to change that because we don't want a paragraph. For example, some students may really struggle with that. So depending on the grade level, I say no minimums would be the best way to go. Finally, you can come down here and determine, how do you want this assignment to be graded? Do you want it to be based on word count? What's hard about that is we can't really tell were the adjectives and adverbs used correctly. Are you going to grade on a rubric, or is it something that you will assign and grade? So I'm going to leave it here at assign and grade. And I'm going to go to continue. I'm going to choose my class. Again, I can come in here and change my subjects, and I'm going to, my assignment rather, I'm going to call this using adjectives and adverbs. Quick write. Assign points for this. Let's say I want this to be, clicking on that arrow, I can change my point assignment, or assignments for my point. Let's say I want this to be 14 points and hit assign. So this is another way to quickly and easily assign a group of assignments to your students in noredink. And especially as we're looking at state assessment around the corner and the importance of grammar on that state assessment, this is a great way to help teach your students and have them practice grammar before the state assessment. And finally, I want to look up here at the teach session. It says, share this tutorial with the students to view in smaller groups. This would be fabulous for literacy workstations as well. So if I hit share, notice it's going to give me a link for students, and I could put this in Seesaw, for example. So I copied the link, and then once I share it with students, it takes them to a page that looks like this. And then it's going to walk them through a descriptive lesson about adjectives and adverbs. So students can also do a lesson that way. So you can assign lessons that easily in noredink. So I hope you have found this video informative and useful for using noredink as part of your grammar instruction in your classroom, as well as your literacy workstations. As always, feel free to reach out with any questions, concerns, or if you would love to talk just a little bit more about how this might look in your classroom. I hope you have a wonderful day. And again, if you have any questions, I'm Robin Dixon, and I would love to help you use noredink in your classroom.